beats of battle sing to the clashing of steel, till all the mountains lie broken and bleeding from wounds that no magic can heal. Go, my child, to Skyrim.
Well then. I don't know that I really feel any better after that. Everything about this city so far is just awful piled upon awful. Who would ever think of eating the dead? I mean, alright, I understand that it's a part of some old Bosmer customs, but that at least has a meaning behind it. This, though? This was just... Ugh, I don't want to think about it anymore. Let's think about something more pleasant. Something like helping two people to express their feelings for each other. How does that sound? I think I'm about ready to go and present this poem to Feline and see how she reacts to it. Good day. Good day, Feline. Greetings to you, Jarl.
You speak to Igmund, son of Orofdir, Jarl of Markarth.
My Jarl. I am a traveling bard, and I was wondering if you might allow me to perform for you today. I have a song that I would like to sing.
I'm waiting.
Thank you. Well, here goes nothing.
My lover's heart is numbing stone that hides in ice beneath our sight. So someday cry, it is not there, while others whisper, yet it might. Though stone is born from
Treat my people fairly, and I will do the same to you.
What did you think of the song, my Jarl?
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
And thank you.
If you'll excuse me, I have a city to run.
Of course. Feline?
As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern.
Tell me, what about you? What did you think of that song?
Pardon me?
You should know. I may have been the one to sing it, but the words were not my own. I was sent here from Calcelmo.
I'm not sure what this is all about.
Here. He wants you to have this as a testimony of his regard for you.
This is lovely. Calcelmo wrote this? About me? I never knew he had such feeling in him.
He cares about you. You may not have believed me before, but it's true.
Clearly. I've never even thought of him in that manner. I wish that I was as skilled with words as he. Here, take in this letter. I may not be as eloquent as he is, but I hope he understands.
I'll deliver this to him right away. Well, I think that went rather well, don't you? Let's go and tell him the good news. Or, at least I hope it's good news. Maybe I'd better take a peek at this letter first. My dearest Calcelmo. Well, that's a good start. I always knew you to possess a great mind, but your charming poem revealed a depth of feeling I never suspected. I'll admit to being a bit surprised at the direction of your feelings, but not unpleasantly so. Let us meet to discuss further. Yours, Feline. Yes, I would call that good news. Let's see how Calcelmo responds to this. Calcelmo?
I'm Calcelmo's nephew.
Oh.
I help him around
Sorry.
the laboratory.
Right. Excuse me.
I have things to study. What is it?
Why, well, I think you'll appreciate this interruption. First, actually, what do you have for sale?
Take a look.
You don't happen to have any scrolls that are good against the undead, do you? Well, there's Turn Undead. Is that the one I needed? Maybe. In any case, I actually have something more important than that to discuss with you. I have a letter here that comes from Feline.
This is more than I could have hoped for. Have you really done this for me? I have to see her. Please excuse me.
Of course.
What? Oh, goodbye.
Are you going? Come on. Don't be nervous. Go on. He's a rather fast runner for someone his age. Well, of course with Aldmar, they do tend to age well, so to speak.
Feline,
Shh. It's all right. You don't need to say any more. I had no idea you were so nuanced.
I love you.
So I hear. Come here, you.
Wow. You're just gonna walk away now? Feline, now would be a real opportune time to go after him. He's a bit shy, as you might guess. Well, come on, Anumla. Good luck to you, Calcimo. At least one thing seems to have gone well today. It's not terribly late, but it might be a good idea to go back to the inn at this point. See if we can find Margaret and have a little chat with her. Actually, also... There was something else I needed to do. What was it? Ah, that's right. I was supposed to find Halkar's assistant and see what's going on with that painting she was supposed to get for him. I expect she'll probably be staying in the inn as well, so this might be a good opportunity to look for her.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms. Frobby, our customer needs a drink.
Too lazy to give him a drink yourself. Oh.
Huh.
You want a drink?
Actually, I was wondering, am I correct that a woman named Margaret is staying here?
Yes. Rented the nicest room we had for a whole month.
Ah.
I think she's sitting by the fire. Poor girl.
Yes, it's rather unsettling that somebody chose to attack her, don't you think?
I should remind Clever to clean this place up.
Hello. I'll just... actually... If I'm gonna eat here, I should order the food here.
This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
Right. What do you have for sale?
Take a look.
Cabbage potato soup sounds good. I'll have that, I think. And I was wondering if you might be able to distribute this amongst the people, discreetly.
Of course. I understand completely. No worries at all.
Thank you. Well...
Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
Right. Go ahead and have that soup. Now that that letter's delivered, hopefully the only people who find out about it will be the type of person we want visiting a Shrine of Talos. Now let's see. Ah, there's Margaret. And... excuse me. Hello, good evening. Are you, by any chance, Halkar's assistant?
What am I gonna do?
Is something wrong?
Yeah, something is. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that you were in possession of something amazing. A true work of art. Only the problem is, it's also extremely dangerous. What do you do with it? Do you hide it? Destroy it?
Dangerous? What do you mean dangerous? We're not talking about the painting you were supposed to get, are you? But I suppose... if there was something dangerous that I came into possession of, maybe the best thing to do would be to hide it. If the responsibility is too much, then let fate and the gods decide what happens.
That's what I was leaning toward. But part of me still feels guilty for even thinking it.
So what exactly are we talking about here?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. It's a painting. The last known work of Esther Moreau.
So it is this painting? But how can a painting be dangerous?
I don't expect you to believe me, but history doesn't lie. The painting is death itself.
What do you mean? What, it's a painting of Sithis or something? Archay?
No, but it'll deliver you to him. Moreau's husband was the first to view the painting, and he died not long after. The next one to die was an art collector who gathered all 7 works, along with everyone in his household. The trail continues in this manner. Ledgers that show the purchases, followed days later by notices of death.
But if the painting is a death sentence, how is it that you're still alive, if you say that you are, in fact, in possession of it?
I haven't had the courage to look at it. If I die, there will be no one to spread the word about its dangers.
Huh. Well, considering all the things that have tried to kill me and haven't succeeded yet, what if I were to look at the painting and then describe it to you?
Do you realize what you're asking me to do? I can't send you to your death.
You'd be the first who would be unwilling to do that. If you're worried that it will kill me, don't. At this point, I've probably endured worse.
I appreciate you trying to help, but it's too risky. We're dealing with forces beyond our understanding. That's why I had the painting stored in the treasury house. At least until I decide whether or not I want it destroyed.
Well, good luck making that decision. Ah, Anamla, are you already talking with Margaret?
Oh, it's you. The one from the market.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm still a bit dizzy from everything.
Do you remember anything about the attack?
Not much. One moment I was buying a necklace and the rest is just a blur.
Do you have any idea why Waylon decided to attack you?
No. I was just buying jewelry for my sister in Cyrodiil. I've never even seen that man before.
Right, that's what you said. So, what is it that you're doing in Markarth anyway?
Just visiting. I had some business here, that's all.
Uh-huh. You sound awfully defensive for somebody just visiting. What is it that you're hiding?
Was it that obvious? Damn. I must be losing my touch. I'm one of General Tullius's agents.
Really?
I was sent to investigate the Treasury House and the Silverblood family. They own Sidna Mine, one of the toughest jails in Skyrim. I was hoping I could buy or steal the deed, but I don't think that's how things work here. Mark my words. Thonar Silverblood was behind that attack in the market. Somehow.
I see. Well, thank you for telling me about that. Maybe that's our next step then. To investigate Thonar Silverblood. Klepper?
This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good idea of who that is. Would you like a bard to perform for you this evening?
Of course.
Ah, good. It's always nice to be in a place where music is
Just here to drink.
at least
There's
a little
no
bit
shipments
appreciated.
coming in, so I do nothing. Just drink.
All right. I think I'll go for something simple tonight. Thank you. At least there's one thing that never fails to help me clear my head a bit.
Check the shipments, Elizabeth says. There are no shipments, I says.
If I can't get you something, I'm sure my wife will bellow at me until I can.
I'm finished with my performance.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Ah,
I'll
thank
show
you.
you to your room. Right this way.
I'm just going to assume that it's the same place that I stayed last night. Huh? Hello there.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
Is that so? This is your mother, isn't it? I had the pleasure of meeting her at her stand in the marketplace.
Being an apprentice is great. I get to swing a hammer at things.
I bet. Sounds like fun.
Mama doesn't like me jumping up and down in the house. But I can't help it, I swear.
Uh-huh. I'm sure that's true. Nice kid you have. I don't know how anyone can stand to raise a family in this place. But I suppose there are some people who have no choice in the matter. Alright. Anamla, I'm heading in for the evening. I'm gonna get some sleep. Tomorrow, well, we have more questions to ask. Finished with breakfast, Anamla? Come on, let's get going. We have things to do today. Garm, are you gonna keep just sitting in the way? Yes, you are. So,
I've seen you snooping around, asking questions.
excuse me?
Back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here.
Oh, really? What does happen? I'm curious.
Funny. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
Oh, you keep the peace. Is that what you keep? Huh. You know what? I was going to suggest that we go and see Sonar Silverblood, but I think it's about damned time that we go talk to the Jarl about this mess. He ought to know what's going on in his own city. Honestly, I should have spoken with him yesterday, while I had the opportunity. But I was a little bit more concerned about Faline and Calcelmo and their little drama. I have had just about enough of this nonsense. Oh, and it looks like the Jarl isn't even here yet. He must still be sleeping. Alright. I'm just going to have a seat over here. And we'll wait for the Jarl to get here, and for court to be in session. Let's give it an hour. Alright. Let's see if the Jarl is in yet. Ah, here he is. Feline, good to see you again. Jarl Igmund.
Treat my people fairly, and I will do the same to you.
Tell me, are you aware of the attack that took place in the marketplace 2 mornings ago?
My gods told me. Poor Margaret. And witnesses report that the attacker was shouting some nonsense about being a Forsworn.
Yes.
I want to make things clear. Markarth has its troubles, but there are no Forsworn in this city. They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control.
It almost sounds like you actually believe that. Well, if the Forsworn are not a threat, I wonder, how would you say the war is going? Has it been hard on the city?
It all started here, this rebellion. When the Empire lost the Reach during the Great War, we became desperate. We promised a group of Nord militia free worship in exchange for their help retaking the hold. Then the elves found out about it. We were forced to arrest all of them. Ulfric Stormcloak, their leader, used the whole thing as proof that the Empire had abandoned Skyrim. The rebels called it the Markarth Incident. It was the founding day for the Stormcloaks, and where this war really started.
That's how it happened? I knew that Jarl Ulfric came here and drove the Forsworn out of the city, but how exactly did the Empire lose the Reach before?
When the Aldmeri Dominion invaded the Imperial City, the Legion all but turned a blind eye to the other provinces. Many of the disgruntled natives of the Reach used the opportunity to depose the Empire and founded what they called an independent kingdom. It was little more than a chaotic uprising, but the Reach was removed from Imperial authority for 2 years before we reclaimed it. But the leaders of the uprising refused our offers of peace. They fled into the hills and became the Forsworn.
I see. But what I don't understand is, why did you arrest the Nord militia that took the city back?
The White Gold Concordant, our treaty with the elves after the Great War, forbids free worship of Talos. But that's what we promised Ulfric and his men. It seems foolish looking back, but at the time we were hoping the elves wouldn't find out. So when they did find out, it was either we arrest Ulfric and the militia, or enter into yet another war with the Aldmeri Dominion. The choice was clear, and now Ulfric threatens the thinly veiled peace we sacrificed so much for.
I see. Well, that's something to think about for sure. One more thing, my Jarl. Are you aware of the dragons that have returned to Skyrim?
Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from dragon's fire here.
Yeah, I noticed that about the beds. Well, thank you for the time that you've given me, Jarl Igmund.
If you'll excuse me, I have a city to run.
And I assume you must be the steward then?
I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward.
I see.
I have letters to read.
Well, that was no help at all. At least, not when it comes to this investigation. Either he's just as corrupt as everyone else, or he's being kept completely in the dark about what's really going on here. And whatever it is that's going on, I intend to find out about it. Come on. I think our next step has to be to talk to Thonar Silverblood.
The Silverblood family will be heard.
That's certainly the impression that I'm getting. Tell me, the other day, when I spoke with you, you said something about Talos. You speak awfully freely considering who just walked right behind you.
That's a true Nord hero. Legend. So great that the divines themselves lifted his soul into the heavens and made him a god. He founded the Empire, and now they've turned their back on him to appease the elves. Elves. Do the elves rule Skyrim, or do the Nords?
I wonder. I take it you're not a big fan of the elves?
They started the Great War, nearly destroyed the Imperial City. Then the Emperor took the coward's way out and surrendered. Now, elves dictate everything we do, and they don't want us acknowledging a mere human like Talos as the god he is.
You know, if I were you, I'd keep a little bit more quiet about your opinions when the Thalmor are wandering these halls.
Stay out of trouble in my city.
Seems like he's more likely to get into trouble than... well... You know, normally I would say that he's more likely to get in trouble than I am. But... with the trouble I've already gotten myself into, maybe I should heed his warning.